Hey, welcome to lesson 140. Only salvation can be said to cure. So only knowing your wholeness, only freedom from all you thought you were can be said to be the cure. So we're going to allow ourselves to drop in, become present, get ready to take in this lesson. And we'll just take a moment or two being with our breath. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Following the breath all the way down into the belly. And then following the exhale all the way up to the throat and out through the mouth or the nostrils. And then gently surrendering towards the heart as you bow your head down. We begin this day in gratitude. We open our hearts and we surrender to love. We ask love to lead the way through the minutes and the hours of this new day. We welcome joy, fun, and abundant prosperity. We recognize that all encounters are wholesome and that all experiences can be met with a peaceful heart that is anchored in the truth, that we are one and that we are love and that we are free. And we release these words and we let it be. So lesson 140, only salvation can be said to cure. Cure is a word that cannot be applied to any remedy the world accepts as beneficial. What the world perceives as therapeutic is only what will make the body better. When it tries to heal the mind, it sees no separation from the body, where it thinks the mind exists. Its form of healing thus would substitute illusion for illusion. One belief in sickness takes another form, and so the patient now perceives themselves as well. They are not healed. They merely had a dream that they were sick, and in the dream they found a magical formula to make them well. Yet they have not awakened from the dream, and so their mind remains exactly as it was before. They have not seen the light that would awaken them and end the dream. What difference does the content of a dream make in reality? One either sleeps or wakens. There is nothing in between. So, they speak about awakening to the truth of who we are, to be similar to waking up from a dream. So while you're dreaming, you're not conscious of the bed or the pillow or the duvet or the fact that you're asleep and that you're dreaming. And then you wake up and you realize, oh, the dream wasn't real. It was just a dream. And so, similarly, when we wake up, we realize that we're living in this dream. And then we no longer need to live in fantasy, and we can choose to live in reality, knowing who we be. So the happy dreams the Holy Spirit brings are different from the dreaming of the world, where one can merely dream he is awake. The dream's forgiveness lets the mind perceive, do not induce another form of sleep, so that the dreamer dreams another dream. So in a way, we're going to awaken from the dream of the dream. Their happy dreams are heralds of the dawn of truth upon the mind. They lead from sleep to gentle waking, so that dreams are gone, and thus they cure for all eternity. The undoing heals with certainty and cures all sickness in inverted commas, For the mind which understands that sickness can be nothing except a dream is not deceived by forms the dream may take. So if we're in a dream, it can show up as a myriad of different forms, sickness being just one of them. Sickness cannot come where guilt is absent, because sickness is just another form of guilt. The undoing does not heal the sick in the body, for that is not a cure. Healing takes away the guilt that makes the sickness possible. And that is cure indeed, for sickness now is gone, with nothing left to which it can return. So a body that holds no shame, no guilt, no energy of remorse, no resentments, no grievances, won't get sick. And again, this is a big sort of learning to take on. And for now, just move gently, listen, take in as much of it as you can, be open to it, and see where it takes you. Peace be to you who have been cured in God or in love, and not in idle dreams. For cure must come from holiness, and holiness cannot be found where sin is cherished. So again, we're back to this reminder that we cannot cherish any idea that we are sinful or that anyone else is sinful. We really have to begin to cherish the idea of our innocence. Love abides in holy temples, in holy minds. God is barred where sin has entered. So this idea of sin. Yet there is no place where God is not, because God is everywhere in everything. Just God is. And therefore, sin can have no home in which to hide from God's beneficence. So, like, the kindness and the love of God obliterates any idea of sin. Like, literally blasts it into eternity. It doesn't exist. It isn't there. It's gone. Forget about it. There is no place where holiness is not, and nowhere sin and sickness can abide. So the only place they exist is in the illusion, is in the fable. This is the thought that cures. So beginning to think like this is what's going to have you healed. And the healing is going to bring about peace and freedom. It does not make distinctions among unrealities, nor does it seek to heal what is not sick, unmindful where the need for healing is. This is no magic. It is merely an appeal to the truth, which cannot fail to heal and heal forever. It is not a thought that judges an illusion by its size, its seeming gravity, or anything that is related to the form it takes. It merely focuses on what is, and knows that no illusion can be real. So how big, how small, doesn't matter. There is no greater illusion or lesser illusion. Illusions are just illusions. So let us not try today to seek to cure what cannot suffer sickness. So the God that we are cannot suffer sickness, therefore we do not need to cure it. Healing must be sought only where it is, and then applied to what is sick so that it can be cured. There is no remedy the world provides that can effect a change in anything. The mind that brings illusions to the truth is really changed. There is no change except for this. So it's a shift in perception, a shift in consciousness. For how can one illusion differ from another, but in attributes that have no substance, no reality, no core, and nothing that is truly different? Today we seek to change our minds about the source of sickness, for we seek a cure for all illusions, not another shift among them. We will try today to find the source of healing, which is in our minds because our Creator placed it there for us. It is not farther from us than ourselves. It is as near to us as our own thoughts. It is as close as is possible to lose, so close it is impossible to lose. We need only seek it and it must be found. Familiar words, seek and you will find. We will not be misled today by what appears to us as sick. We go beyond appearances today and reach the source of healing from which nothing is exempt, or no thing is exempt. We will succeed to the extent which we realize that there can never be a meaningful distinction between what is untrue and equally untrue. So all untrue. Here there are no degrees and no beliefs that what does not exist is truer in forms than others. All of them are false and can be cured because they are not true. And so do we lay aside our amulets, our charms and medicines, our chants and bits of magic in whatever form they take. We will be still and listen for the voice of healing, which will cure all ills as one, restoring saneness to the child of God. No voice except this can cure. Today we hear a single voice which speaks to us of truth, where all illusions end and peace returns to the eternal, quiet home of God. We waken hearing God and let God speak to us 5 minutes as the day begins, and end the day by listening again 5 minutes before we go to sleep. Our only preparation is to let interfering thoughts be laid aside, not separately, but all of them as one. They are the same. We have no need to make them different and thus delay the time when we can hear our Creator speak to us. We hear God now. We come to God today. And we're going to say, only salvation can be said to cure. So speak to us, dear one, that we may be healed. Speak to us, dear God, dear universe, dear love, that we may be healed. So we're going to take a few minutes and be present to this and be present to love. We're going to ask for love to heal us so that we may be relieved of any illusions that we're caught up in. And I'd just like to speak to the piece that said we lay aside our amulets, our charms and medicines. You know, we don't need to judge anything, but recognize that God is in all. So, you know, if you do use charms, take medicines, do chants, recognize that God is in everything. There is nothing that is separate from God, but that we can come directly to God and just say, heal me. But no need to judge anything. Do whatever it is you need to do. Always check in with the Holy Spirit. You know, are these the right vitamins for me to take? You know, what exercise do I need to do? Always be in that conversation with the higher self, with the internal teacher. So we don't need to judge anything, but we need to be completely open to healing. And the healing is so that we recognize that we are already healed, if that makes sense. We're already whole. You know, we're already home in ourselves. Okay, so we'll gently close our eyes down and I invite you to drop in. And as we rest in God, we will feel salvation or peace cover us with soft protection and with peace so deep that no illusion can disturb our minds nor offer proof to us that it is real. And remain with your eyes closed as we finish out this lesson. We will say our prayer for healing hourly and take a minute as the hour strikes to hear the answer to our prayer being given to us as we attend in silence and in joy. This is the day when healing comes to us. This is the day when separation ends and we remember who we really are. From my heart to yours, have a beautiful day today.